I want to make you a promise. This is not going to be another one of those videos that you've seen online where someone sits there and tells you about the 3 steps to changing your life in 2025 or the one mindset shift that you need in order to get super rich and change your life. Most of that stuff is BS, but there's one thing that I've seen across thousands of conversations with people that are super successful and people that are super broke, people that are stuck. And also for myself, one thing that really changed my life and took me from being dead broke and being stuck in my parents' house having $500 to my name about 3 years ago to now having built a life of complete freedom for myself, making multiple 6 figures before 22 years old. This is probably the biggest thing that's helped me get to this point. And when I coach people and I see other people that reach out to me and ask me questions and things like that, every single time this pattern shows itself. People that lack this one thing, they never make it. They never make it past like 2 to 3K per month online. They never actually hit it really big for themselves because they lack this one ability. The people that do have this, people that have this thing in place, they go on to make the big numbers. They make 10, 20, 30, 50, like even 100K per month. They are the people that you hear about, that you see the people's lifestyle, and they're achieving all the things that you want to achieve. And I'm not going to try to sell you on some course or anything in this video. I just want to give you the brutal truth of what it actually takes to get to that level. Because I've seen a pattern, and this is something that you can actually apply for yourself right after watching this video, that's going to give you similar results to people that you see online that are making a lot of money and living a life of complete freedom for themselves. So let's get into it. I'll walk you through everything you need to know of how to actually apply this for yourself and how to actually make this mindset shift for yourself. And to understand this, I have to give a bit of a backstory first, because you need to understand how most people operate. I remember I had this one guy that reached out to me a couple of months ago on Instagram in the DMs. He was asking me some questions, wanted some coaching from me and things like that. And his whole perspective on business was very skewed. He was looking at it, yes, Alex, I'm very broke right now. I need to make money to get out of my situation that I'm in right now. I'm really broke. I want to be able to provide for my parents. I want to be able to move out, and very similar to where I was at 3 years ago. That was where he was at in his life. And he was just blaming his situation on all of these external circumstances. He's like, yeah, I have this condition going on where I have some I don't remember what it was, but there was some medical disability that he had for himself. That was the first thing. Second thing is he lived, or he still lives, in a third world country. I'm not gonna say where it was, but he lives in a third world country. And there's a couple other things that he has kept blaming his success on. And I told him, I literally gave him the blueprint, this is what you need to do. Thing you need to do to figure out your life is number one, get a job, save as much money as possible, and just use that money to invest in some type of mentorship so you can actually get coaching from someone who's achieved what you want to achieve and learn from them. Is implement everything that they tell you to do. That was the advice I gave him, because that's truly what I've done, and that's in my opinion, the fastest way to change your life. But what is this guy, what did he actually end up doing? What does he go out and do? He texted me back 3 months later and was asking me, hey man, can you send me, I think he was asking for can you send me $100? I see that you're doing well. I've been following you on Instagram. I see that you're traveling a lot. Can you send me $100? And I was like, this guy really did not get anything that I told him, He did not get the principle whatsoever. And the point I'm trying to make here is not about just looking for handouts. It's about you need to get the mindset and make the mindset shift of realizing that the problems that you have in your own life, the things that you're experiencing right now, whether you have really good results and you're making a lot of money, or if you're stuck in life right now and your life is shit, it's all your fault. You're exactly where you're supposed to be because of the actions that you've taken. And this might trigger you, especially if you've been in pretty bad circumstances growing up and things like that. But the more you can apply this mindset to yourself, the more money you will make and the more success that you will have in your own life. Because most people, they put all of this these reasons for why they're not successful on external things. It's because I grew up in this country, or it's because my parents aren't successful, it's because I don't have a successful friend group, or it's because I have this medical condition, it's because I'm short, or it's because I'm not I don't know, whatever, it's because of my skin color, whatever it is, Maybe these things might even be true, but the fact that you use them as crutches and as reasons for why you're not making more money and why you're not more successful, that is hurting you. And you need to change that mindset. And there's even one more step to this, one more layer to this, which is the fact that it's not only about taking ownership, but it's also being able to just get into an extremely solution-focused mindset. And I see this a lot, even with people that have started making some money. I have close friends that have even started getting some success, and they started making their first couple of grand per month online. But then they kind of fall out of this like problem solving mindset, you know, where instead of kind of like the way you get into the space, you know, the way you actually get to your first 3, 5, 7K per month is just being super solution oriented, you know, trying to solve problems all the time. You know, there's a problem here, I'm trying to solve this, blah blah blah, like trying to get forward and learn stuff. If you don't understand anything, just keep learning all the time. But then what happens, well, a lot of times for people that are beginners or people that are a bit more advanced as well, is you fall into this trap of just being way too kind of like just hands off, you know. You face like a challenge, a problem arises, you just kind of like you don't really care about it, you don't really do anything to solve it. Instead of just having that kind of drive to fix things and just move forward and like take whatever comes to you and just like fix those things. And I think this is a huge kind of character trait that separates people that goes really far versus those who don't. And this has worked really well for me, you know, because in my journey I noticed like those times where I'm not like solution focused, I'm not trying to like solve problems constantly, I make less money. The times where I'm constantly focused on, I guess, how can I solve as many problems as possible, those times I've made more money in my life. And the more you can kind of reshift your focus, instead of looking at your life, okay, so this is a problem, I'm not in shape, I'm kind of overweight, I don't have the right friend group right now, I'm not making enough money that I want to be making. These are all like the problems that I have. And you kind of like just fine with that, you can just like okay with it. The more you can shift away from that mindset and go over to a place of like, go to a place of like, I am empowered to fix these things. I'm going to fix these things. Like I am someone who solves problems. I'm not in shape. I'm gonna go to the gym and fix that, you know? Can I get on a workout schedule, hire a PT, whatever it is, you know, and make it happen. I am not in, like, I don't have a lot of energy. Gonna fix my diet, gonna make it happen, invest in the mentorship to fix my diet. I'm not making enough money right now. I'm gonna start a business. I'm gonna start learning a skill like high ticket sales, find a mentor who can show me how to do it, get started with it, commit to it, you know? The more you can kind of apply that mindset where you just like, you have goals, you have things that you needs to get done, and you just like take ownership of just going out there and getting it done, and you commit to it, the more money that you will make and the more successful that you will be 100%. Because you will never meet someone who's like a multi-millionaire, someone who's really successful, who sits there and like they see a problem and they don't really care about, you know? Like all those people are super focused on constantly solving problems. Whenever you see an issue, they're just like on it to fix it right away. But I see so many guys literally like they are in a shitty position, but they're not even doing anything to fix it. And that needs to shift. You need to stop blaming your success on other people and external circumstances. Realize that you are in control and start learning to like just fix things, you know, fix stuff in your life. Because when you start doing that, when you start fixing your life slowly but surely, you start waking up a bit earlier, you start getting into better habits, you start training more, start getting on a good like eating schedule and be able to start your own business, start maybe taking your first sales call, start learning how to sell and things like that. When you learn those fundamental things, starting to get some momentum, that's exactly what's gonna happen. You will start getting momentum in your own life, and that's gonna build so much conviction, so much belief in yourself. And that's gonna be the biggest thing that's gonna help you achieve your success, you know? When you start believing in yourself, when you start seeing that you are capable of achieving so much more, you will start achieving more as well because you believe that you can go further. And this goes back to the principles. If you look at like really successful people, if you look at like the best of the best, you know, Michael Phelps in swimming, you know, if you look at like Kobe Bryant in basketball, you know, like people that have done extremely well during their careers, it's usually not because like they have these crazy like physical attributes, you know, they might be a bit better than everyone else, but the reason why they go so much further than everyone else is just because of how they think, you know, what they believe to be possible about themselves, what beliefs they hold about themselves and the world. So the way that you create that mindset that's almost like delusional, where you believe in yourself to such a high degree, is just by showing that you're capable of solving problems, that you're capable of moving forward on your own, that you have everything that you need inside of you. And I don't want to get too deep in this video, but just like understand that the more of a problem solver that you can become, the more confident you will be. My life looks like black and white now compared to what it looks like 3 years ago, because 3 years ago I was just like looking for the next way to get rich and looking for like the way to just make a lot of money overnight, and I was just very dependent on like any business model I would get into, any workout program that I was on and things like that. Now, 3 years later, when I focused on learning a skill of doing high ticket remote sales, and I built that skill set over the last 3 years, honed in on it, I made a lot of money doing it. I've shown to myself that I'm capable of like easily now being able to make like multiple 6 figures really wherever I go, and I can travel, I can work very flexible hours, all the different things. That's shown to myself. I have proof that I'm capable of achieving a lot of things, which creates confidence. You know, it creates that certainty that no matter what happens, no matter if everything goes wrong, the economy gets fucked and whatever happens, I can always just go into a company, and because I'm valuable, because I'm good at stuff, because I've solved problems for business in the past, I can go in and make money for the business. Not only that, but also in health, because I've proven to myself I can get in very good shape as well. Like all these different wins you stack on each other. And that's how you build like this extreme amount of success, by stacking wins like that and showing yourself that you're capable and just continuing down and down. And the best thing you can do is just keep things simple. Instead of trying to start a business and trying to like learn 50 different things and trying to like get into the craziest workout plan right away, keep things super simple. If you want to get into like better shape, find a simple gym plan, stick to it, be consistent with it. If you want to make money and actually be able to start like traveling, get rich, make a lot of income at a pretty young age, focus on learning a skill. Don't try to start your own business, focus on learning a high income, valuable skill set. The best place to start, in my opinion, is high ticket remote sales, because then you're basically just working for an online entrepreneur. You're capitalizing on this industry that's growing very quickly, but you don't have to start your own business. You can basically just do the sales part for them, where you can focus on only one skill set, which is very like practical, because you don't have to go through all the overwhelm of running your own business. We can still make good money doing it and have a lot of freedom. But regardless, understand that number one, you need to take ownership of your results. Focus on, instead of okay, so this is the reason why I'm not achieving my goals, this is this and this and that and that and that, and like just all these external reasons. Take ownership of it. Realize that you are the one in control of exactly what happens in your own life. And it also means that you can go and change it. And then also learn to change things and fix things in your own life. Don't expect other people to go and fix things. Just go out and make it happen for yourself. If you just apply these principles, you will see so much more success. Realize like this journey is not easy. It's not going to be like, it's like, this is not a get rich quick that I'm sharing with you. But those people that watch this video and actually goes out and actually implements what I'm talking about in the video, you will succeed. If you have any questions, DM me on Instagram. I reply to all DMs over there. If you want help from me one-on-one and learn remote high ticket sales and how I make money online. If you want that help one-on-one, the training, landing a role and scaling to your first 5 to 10K a month, click the link there down below the video, join my inner circle. Only do that though if you're serious, if you're ready to actually put in hard work. I only work with people that are actually committed to it. If that's you, hop in there, happy to work with you. Thanks for watching the video. If I have any questions, as I said before, DM on Instagram, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ciao.